According to his biographer, Rush Limbaugh believes gay marriage is, quote, culturally subversive. Saturday night, the famously homophobic, gay-baiting Limbaugh kicked off his fourth traditional marriage, serenaded by Sir Elton John. Anybody tell him the whole thing with Kiki D only lasted the length of the record in the video? Our number one story, we don't have a set list nor pictures of the wedding. We do have Michael Musto and a countdown reenactment of sorts. Limbaugh's fourth wife is Kathryn Rogers, reportedly a direct descendant of President John Adams. She's also an event planner who is 26 years Limbaugh's junior. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Wedding singer Elton John, whose civil partnership is legally recognized in England, is said to have received $1 million to croon at the Limbaugh reception, although a Reuters story from last year lists Sir Elton's private party fee at $2 million, and all money from private shows is said to go to the Elton John AIDS Foundation. We requested clarification from Elton John's people, but did not get a response. No truth to rumors that they did say, it was that Rush Limbaugh? We also didn't get any wedding video, so we came up with our own version of what the dance floor looked like. Among the 400 guests at Saturday's Limbaugh affair, Karl Rove, Rudy Giuliani, and Baseball Hall of Famer George Brett. Since we also don't have $1 million, here's someone else covering Elton John.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me rocking to find I'm not the man they think I'm at home. Oh, no, no, no. And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid to rest.
We are being told
it's enough
that we have to bend over,
to
grab the
make
ankles, bend over
kings and wake up on believe the very best.
Thank you, William Hung. Village Voice columnist Michael Musto, author of the daily blog, dailymusto.com. And like me, he was not invited to the wedding. Good evening, Michael.
Hi, Keith. By the way, William was the only hung one at that party.
Ba-dum-bum. Even for $1 million for charity. Sir Elton John at Rush Limbaugh's wedding, was this some sort of community service sentencing we didn't know about?
Yeah, I think it was his punishment for duetting with Eminem, or maybe for writing Hakuna Matata. But it was certainly harsh punishment. This was the most heinous wedding scene since Elton himself married that German woman in 1984. I mean, they had all the sexual heat of Katherine Heigl and Ashton Kutcher. And guess who was who?
Is it possible that Sir Elton took advantage of being there to do something to befoul the punch bowl?
What was he, a club kid from the 1980s? What are you talking about?
Just thought you might have been his entree to spice up the drink.
He should have done number two.
More of the guests at the wedding. Sean Hannity was there. Fred Thompson was there. The Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, who was officiated at the third Limbaugh marriage, was a guest this time, despite the bad luck he obviously provided to the third marriage. Does that sound like a fun crowd to you?
These people would have lynched me on sight. They would have been throwing like lit matches at my polyester outfit. Clarence Thomas would have been poking me with the pubic hair from his coke. Actually, it sounds like fun. I would have slipped them all a roofie and hypnotized them. You're all going to vote against Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I could have changed history.
Obviously, Rush Limbaugh is one of the bastions of traditional marriage. I mean, this is 4 of them for him. He's a volume marrier. What advice would you give him to make the 4th time a charm, or at least a non-disaster?
He's a bastion, all right.
Yes.
But I would say, just keep going with this until you beat Jaja's record. I mean, hurry and break this one up, because for the next wedding, I could guarantee you Ricky Martin, the Gay Men's Health Chorus, Radical Fairies, the Scientology male cheerleading team. It'll be a gay-palooza.
What do you suppose the gifts look like here? What do you give somebody for their 4th marriage at age 59 at least?
Something returnable. But I would have actually given him a demo tape with a note, please book me for the divorce. I need the money. I'm remodeling my bathroom. But instead I sent him a lump of, doggy caca.
Oh, just something to put in the punch bowl.
Yeah, there you go.
A source tells People magazine that the couple will be honeymooning in Mexico, then going to Africa, and there will not be a stop in the Dominican Republic. Unfortunately, it's my understanding that they're coming back. But my question about this itinerary is no adventure at Sandals?
You mean the resort?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well, they could party with Joran Vandersloot. Fun. No, joking. Look, well, Mexico's perfect. That's where obviously Rush could get some cheap OxyContin. And that sounds dirty. And Africa is where he can go fight AIDS and,
right.
adopt future wives. What he needs, though, is a way to get through customs with all that Viagra and with all the strap-ons in case it doesn't work.
Well, those are Pop-ups you're referring to, the things in the computers that you just referenced.
They're pop-ups, all right,
okay,
but not lately.
Okay. I had another question, but for some reason I just forgot what it was.
I just think it's blood money, Keith. I think this is gross. This is like if Helen Thomas, took $1 million from the neo-Nazis and gave it to the UJF.
Well, yeah. What was Elton John doing there? How could you rationalize that?
Well, even if he's giving it to charity, first of all, I hope it's a charity that stops AIDS.
Yeah.
No, it is. Elton's actually a pretty good gay, and he's done a lot for the causes, but this is kind of gross. I was waiting for the transformation where he was going to sprinkle fairy dust on Rush, and he was either going to come out of the closet or be gay positive. That hasn't happened, so Elton's just a whore.
Maybe we'll get an explanation later. We can address this at that point.
I'll be waiting by the phone.
The one and only Michael Musto, author of Fork on the Left, Knife in the Back. Great thanks as always, Michael.
Thank you.